Honda made some big improvements to its all-important Civic in 2016, and now it's the CR-V's turn. The CR-V was one of the pioneering medium SUVs, having arrived on the Australian market way back in 1997, just a couple of years after the Toyota RAV4 and the Suzuki Vitara started to show that this SUV thing was starting to catch on. Right now in Australia, SUVs are at the tipping point of outselling passenger cars, and all mainstream car makers know they must have an excellent mid-size SUV if they want a slice of this action. And the brand new 5th generation CR-V is Honda's ticket to the game. In WA, the biggest selling mid-size SUV is the Hyundai Tucson, followed by the Mazda CX-5 and the Mitsubishi Outlander. Honda was well behind these frontrunners in the first 8 months of 2017, but that was with the old model. This newbie's a lot more promising. The biggest changes are what's under the bonnet and what's behind the second row of seats. Firstly, the CR-V can now be had with 7 seats. This is a critical addition for the CR-V, given many buyers ruled out the previous model for only having 5. The third row pews aren't big, but Honda figures the people occupying them won't be either. Under the bonnet, Honda has replaced the 2-litre and 2.4-litre petrol engine choices with a 1.5 direct injection turbocharged petrol unit. It's the same unit that debuted in the new Civic in 2016, but tuned for higher outputs. Now, this engine is even smaller than the 1.6 you get in a Hyundai Accent. On that basis alone, it would seem ludicrous that a 1.5-litre petrol engine is being used to power a 1.6-tonne SUV. But it's also direct injected and turbocharged, which helps it generate 140 kilowatts. That's the same output as the 2.4-litre unit it replaces, and comfortably more than the 114 kilowatt 2-litre engine. At 240 newton metres, torque in the 1.5 is also up compared to the old model. And more importantly, it also comes in at only 2000 RPM, which makes the grunt much easier to access than in the old model. Overall, the CR-V is longer and wider than its predecessor, and nowhere is this more evident than in the second row of seats. They're spacious and comfortable with plenty of storage, and of course, there are 2 of the all-important USB charging points. It's available in 2-wheel drive and all-wheel drive, starting with the 2-wheel drive VTI at $33,590. Spring for the VTIS at $37,130, and you'll find extras including a powered tailgate and sat-nav, and the VTIL at $43,415 has a 7-seat option and a sunroof. Moving up to the all-wheel drive models, there's the VTIS at $39,560, and then the top of the range VTI LX at $49,320, which has the active safety tech the company calls Honda Sensing and includes autonomous braking, lane keeping and active cruise control. Given what its competition's doing, the CR-V's lack of autonomous braking on the lesser variants is a significant safety omission. Drivers of late model Hondas won't be surprised by the CR-V's well-built, highly practical interior. Front seat sitters get a deep centre console and a hollow section ahead of it, which makes an excellent nook for phones, wallets and other must-haves. But on the downside, when you're underway, road and engine noise can intrude into the cabin in a way that doesn't quite match the car's overall quality. Though there's no shortage of performance from the little 1.5, it does sound harsh, and that's accentuated by the CVT transmission, which can make the engine revs flare. It's unfortunate on an otherwise very well finished car. The CR-V's handling is quite sporty for an SUV. It feels nimble and responds quickly to steering inputs and corners with surprisingly minimal body roll. Its ride quality is good and matches the build quality of the interior well, though there's some wind rustling around the cabin at freeway speeds. The lack of autonomous braking on lesser grades is a pity, because in practice it's a very well developed system. Otherwise, the safety kit is up to par. It includes a reversing camera and a new fatigue monitoring system on the entry-level model. Honda deserves credit for moving to a 5-year unlimited kilometre warranty in July 2017 for all their new models, a move that puts it ahead of some of its competitors. So the CR-V is bigger, with a critical option of more seats, a more efficient engine and safety gear that's better but not best in class. The excellent new warranty is a big gain, and the design and size of the interior is great for busy families, which is exactly how we tested it. Sure, there's only one engine in the range now, but it's a gutsy performer and pretty thrifty, if a little vocal. Still, this is the most competitive CR-V yet, and as such, it definitely deserves to claw back some market share. RAC, for the better.